Bitcoin, gold, and silver could shine as President Donald Trump looks to open 401ks to alternative assets. Folks, this is massive. This just came out, by the way, just more breaking news. On top of silver sitting at 14-year highs. On top of LBMA coming out and mentioning that their silver inventories are at record lows. On top of Trump throwing 30% tariffs on Mexican and European silver imports on August 1st. On top of lease rates expanding, pushing a massive silver squeeze as everyone is entering the physical market. On top of supply deficits getting worse, and I mean record-breaking supply deficits the last 5 years, and it's looking like it's going to continue breaking records over the next foreseeable future. And on top of Indian investors now flocking towards physical silver, American investors actually up for the first time this year. Investment demand is up, which has been declining the past few years. On top of Russia announcing their central banks are now going to be focusing on physical silver, and an undisclosed amount, China announcing they're focusing on silver at the BRICS summit meeting in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, July 6th and 7th. We also have inflation and tariffs all causing fear, driving people to safe havens, billionaires buying silver, promoting it on social media, Citibank calling for $43 silver, and now this. And now we have Bitcoin, gold, and silver could shine as President Trump looks to open 401ks to alternative assets. It is insane to think about all of this happening as we speak, with silver already sitting at 14-year highs. The last time silver went up to $38, $39, it went to $50. And what pushed it to 50 back then in 2011 is nowhere near as extreme as what's happening right now as we speak. I mean, I just mentioned so many different things that those themselves, each one of those individually could push silver over the edge. But all of that is happening at once. Make sure you subscribe, because if you don't, you probably didn't know most of that. You might have known some of it, but I highly doubt that you knew all of that information without watching my channel. Maybe I'm wrong. But I'm going to cover everything on a daily basis and wrap it up in a nice shiny YouTube video for you. And if you want to purchase some of this shiny stuff, gold, silver, platinum, for great prices, weekly specials, send an email to info@milesfranklin.com. Let them know Slayer sent you. Helps me out. Great company. Andy Sheckman is the CEO. Best company around. Been around for a long time. I mean, no better place. So giving back to the community instead of just big corporations that sell precious metals. Plus the prices are just as good, if not better. We were just selling junk silver at spot price last week. A new $9 trillion investment channel could soon open up for assets like Bitcoin, gold, silver, and private equity. According to a Financial Times article citing three sources, President Trump is preparing to sign an executive order that would allow 401k funds to invest in alternative assets such as cryptos and precious metals. The article reports that the executive order would instruct government regulatory agencies to review and address remaining hurdles to allow such alternative investments in professionally managed 401k plans. Now, I was a broker last year, and a lot of my clients purchased through an IRA. Now, a 401k and IRA are different. I'm sure most of you know that. But you could still do that, right? You could purchase silver with an IRA. So I looked up what the difference is or how that would work. I went to usgoldbureau.com just so you guys could see from a legit source what it looks like and how it works. So setting up a self-directed IRA. To buy gold with a 401k with your funds, you'll need to roll over your existing 401k into a self-directed IRA. Then you choose a custodian, open a self-directed IRA account, fund your account obviously, and then find a custodian and storage requirements. A lot of places like Miles Franklin, we use Brinks. We have several locations all over the United States. But that's how you would do it. Now, I don't know what the difference would be with this new executive order that he's pushing. Maybe they'll explain it in this article. But regardless, if he's making it easier for people to put their retirements into something like precious metals without it being as much of a hassle as it is, then that's only going to fuel precious metals further with new money coming in. So a 401k is actually, no, I didn't cover this part. Quote, President Trump is committed to restoring prosperity for everyday Americans and safeguarding their economic future, the White House said in a statement to the Financial Times. Quote, no decisions should be deemed official, however, unless they come from President Trump himself. A 401k plan is a company-sponsored retirement account where employees can contribute a portion of their income. Employers often match at least part of these contributions. According to the Investment Company Institute, Americans held $8.7 trillion in 401k plans as of the first quarter of this year. In an interview with Kitco News, Axel Merck, President and Chief Investment Officer at Merck Investments, said the proposed executive order would help clarify the complex tax code regarding what types of investments can be included in retirement plans. And yeah, I think, if anything, it's just going to clarify and make it easier, make it more accessible for people to do this, because a lot of people get overwhelmed, right? It is not as easy as just going online and just pushing buy now, right? There's a lot of steps in between, and some people might not even know that you could do this, might not even know that you could purchase silver through these other means. So Merck added that the move aligns with the government's broader goal of cutting red tape to spur innovation in financial markets and strengthening the economy, right? Cutting the red tape, making it easier. While some analysts warn that introducing volatile assets like cryptocurrencies or illiquid ones like private equity into retirement accounts could increase risk, Merck believes that education and transparency would help mitigate these concerns. Quote, should only millionaires be allowed to invest in private equities, or should it be open to mom and pop? He asked. There is no easy answer to that because obviously there's a risk that investors will put money into things they don't understand. Philosophically, however, it is the right thing to do to provide access. And that's a good point, where people will jump on the silver bandwagon without understanding why it's valuable. And as soon as there's a correction or a dip, they end up panic selling. And then, of course, silver goes back up after the correction's over. And then they feel stupid that they sold. They buy high where there's all the hype. And then they sell low once it corrects. It's supposed to be buy low, sell high. Not buy high, hope it goes higher. That's gambling. So, although Trump has focused on establishing U.S. leadership in global cryptocurrency markets, some analysts argue that the executive order could have a major impact on gold and silver as well, sparking renewed interest among retail investors. Philip Strable, chief market strategist at Blue Line Futures, described the initiative as a bullish catalyst for gold and silver as more investors seek to protect their wealth. This is perfect timing as well. There's strong recognition that since COVID, the traditional 60-40 portfolio has failed to keep up with inflation, he said. Quote, studies have shown that even a small allocation to alternative assets like gold can significantly improve portfolio performance. In a May report, analysts at FTSE Russell highlighted gold's role as a neutral asset in times of geopolitical uncertainty and rising government debt levels. Their research found that from 2010 into present, 60-20-20 portfolio stocks, bonds, gold delivered an annual 7.5% return with volatility of 8.55%, resulting in a Sharpe ratio of 0.38. By comparison, a traditional 60-40 would have returned 6.3% annually and volatility of 8.01%, yielding a Sharpe ratio of 0.28. Quote, exposure in gold in a multi-asset portfolio can enhance risk-adjusted returns, particularly in macro environments where the classic bond equity hedge is less reliable, the analyst noted. In the multi-asset space, where macroeconomic uncertainty, deglobalization, and liquidity shifts increasingly challenge asset allocators, gold offers an alternative hedge, making it a proactive tool for navigating risk and capturing value across diverse regimes. Now, that is a good point, but even with these, 60, 2020s, there's so much potential out there for other things beyond just silver and gold. And I want to say that because Bitcoin is still, it still has a lot of opportunity. There's only 21 million Bitcoin on the blockchain, and 20 million have been mined. There's only 1 million Bitcoin left to be mined. And once that last million's left, or once that last million is mined, there's no more Bitcoin. It's all of it's in circulation. Think about that. So, with a digital currency that can be traded globally with zero to little fees instantaneously, that is beneficial. That is opportunity. Now, what is safest about precious metals is that it's not a digit on a screen. You can hold it. So I would still probably feel safe as recommending the majority is precious metals over something else, even stocks. Because if the dollar dies, then stocks are dying with it. Anything pegged to the dollar is going to go down with it. It's like switching seats in the Titanic. But I'm not a financial advisor, so I'm not going to sit here and tell you what you should do. I'm not sitting here to tell you should do 60-40 or 60-20-20. All I'm saying is silver is a very, it's a very beautiful asset with a lot of potential if it's in the physical form. Because if you can't hold it, you don't own it. Now, are you someone who has transferred your precious metals? Have you ever rolled over an IRA into physical silver? And are you thinking about it? What is your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comment section below. I think this is an interesting topic that we don't talk about enough, because when I was a broker, this question came up a lot, and a lot of people did do this, which makes sense. So let me know what you think. I'm going to wrap this video up here. Thank you so much for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace. Folks, I'm so excited to announce that I've partnered with American medical experts, whose purpose is helping veterans get the medical benefits that they truly deserve. Over 17 million veterans aren't receiving their full benefits, and if this is you or someone you know, then act now. American medical experts are offering free consultations through our med team to see how we can help. The med team offers board-certified doctors who have experience working with the VA, comprehensive medical evidence for services like mental health as well. Some of these include your Nexus letter, your DBQs, your TDIUs, your AAs, and more. I want to personally thank American Medical Experts for helping veterans, but also giving me an opportunity to help veterans as well. Click the link in the description or the pinned comment to get a free consultation through our med team. Thank you so much for listening, and God bless.